ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you want to do it? Go ahead.
I'm not only driving, I'm hijacking this motherfucker. No, I'm fucking. Go ahead.
Suck my balls.
That's right.
Suck my balls.
Present them.
Suck my balls.
Lick them.
Suck my balls.
Stroke them.
Suck my balls.
Play with them.
Hold them.
Hold them.
Suck my balls.
God damn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition. My bash. Take my bash. Try to take that away from me today. That was good. Right there at the end of the song. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm your host with most, and I live in the Southwest Coast. That's right. I'm messed up. I'm using old intros. I'm back. MS to the GGGG. You can follow me on the Twitter, Twitter, Instagrammer. That's right. At Matthew_Shaver. I am not smooth tonight. I mean, the host in the heat can't be beat is my usual thing, but I forgot it there.
I have you so thrown off that you skipped right over Colorado and went all the way back to Washington.
I said Southwest.
Right, but
Yeah,
you
man,
were
host and the most. I tried to say coast, so I had to say Southwest Coast.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the Mac Daddy, the OG, the S of the C, the double OP. All right. Anyway, I just saw him a couple weeks ago. He's working really hard, going to school, so making that cheddar. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a doctor. He's a doctor of punkonomics. He's a doctor of thugonomics. He's a doctor of polyphonics. He's a doctor of love. Doctor of lust. Lust is the word I was looking for. Lust. I'm sorry. He's also a doctor of like writing professional wrestling. This guy writes pro wrestling stuff. And you can check it out at primosprowrestling.net. And ladies and gentlemen, he is also your 2022 Red Rocks. You know, the big amphitheater. It's pretty like famous in the world. Red Rocks. Day one. He was there. Day one. Ready. Showed up. Champion. Trivia champion. Ladies and gentlemen. He is a trivia god. Dirty. Joe. Vernala.
Ooh, that's crunchy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had to take away the Double J because Double J returned to AEW. Sorry.
Yeah.
You took your gimmick. Sorry. He's kind of
he's quite all right. Yeah.
I'll do that. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't want to get hit for copyright. That was Doom. The Doom music. What's up?
Yes, it was. Oh, not a whole hell of a lot.
Well,
I am up.
You're up. I'm up. I've had a long day, but it's okay. Hit the steam room. Hit the sauna. Got a little relaxation. Had a little dinner. Feeling better. It's a weird thing how a good dinner will make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my dinner after we record this here.
That's mighty fine. That's mighty fine of you. Well,
yeah.
In fact, one might say that's pretty, I don't know, nice.
Nice.
It's pretty nice. Which is what we're going to be talking about today, Mr. Joe, on episode 152 of Sucking of Matt Stone and Trey Parker's Balls. As we continue to review this show in linear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way in a row of shows. We make our way now through season 10. And we appreciate you subscribing to us on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that bell and the subscribe button. And you'll be notified not only when content like the podcast drop, but just when shorts drop. We've been putting up more just South Park clips of our favorite content that we've seen. And we're also going to be probably just going back and doing quick reviews of clips, reactions. So check it out. Subscribe. Check me out right here. It's at SouthPark Pod. Actually on YouTube. That's what I should say. Yeah, we have that. SouthPark Pod. They finally gave us a handle. Click it. Or you can download the podcast like you already have. And if you're doing that, just keep doing that. I appreciate you there. Joe?
And a Guten Tag to you if you are in Germany. God, I hope I said that right, and God, I hope that's not like some bad word, and I just like, cursed
I don't know
you
how
all.
to say the German answer to this question, but I do know how to say, what is it? S ist fight as right. What is our main purpose? And that would be to listen to this show. I'm not going to say the South Park version. What is your main purpose? It is to listen to this show. I am Funnybot. Joe, are you going to...
Awkward. Yes, I'm driving.
Are you going to tell us about a time
I
and
am.
place where apparently teachers get it on with students and we have to ask the same question every male asks? How come it wasn't us, Joe?
All right. This is the 152nd edition of Suck My Balls. It is Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy, the 10th episode of season 10 and the 149th episode overall of this series. It first aired October 18th, 2006.
What I really like about this before you start is that this is season 10, episode 10. So it's 10. Anyway.
Yes, I do like that. And that's actually the production number of it too.
It's
It's
very,
1010.
I don't know. There's something about those numbers being together. It's very nice. It's very nice.
Yes. If you're ever playing blackjack, never split those. I swear to God, if you split tens, I will get kicked out of the casino for beating you into the table. Anyway, moving on. In his role as school hallway monitor at South Park Elementary, Eric Cartman must team up with Cal when they both discover a teacher is having sex with a student.
I don't want to go on another tangent here, but I did Google this. If you look up the binary form of what does 1010 mean, it says it's usually seen as a sign of luck and prosperity.
Yes.
People often see the number as an indication that something positive is going to happen or that they are on the right track. The angel number 1010 is also a reminder of the fact that we are never alone. Anyway, yeah, that made me feel good.
Yeah.
Yes, you're talking
I
about
got to.
Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah. No, you're good. I'm gonna have to see what 9 means. I'll figure that out later.
I think it's binaries, ones and zeros, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, not. I forgot you
Yeah.
were saying in binary.
I did
I
look it up
totally
in
missed the
binary,
binary.
But
I
like,
totally missed the binary part.
It's
You're
okay.
right. It is only ones and zeros. I swear to God, though, I'm like Bender and I saw a 2, which little Easter egg. There is actually a 2 in that nightmare. But this is Suck My Balls, a South Park podcast. Getting back into it.
Now that we've edited all that out.
Yeah, so we're picking up from the binary. So the episode opens with Cartman being called to the principal's office after bragging about farting in Kelly Nelson's face to his friends. He's called to the office by a ginger Jew rat hall monitor, punk ass stoolie. What else does he call him here? Like he this is like one of Cartman's more targeted and extreme rips on someone, and it's part of our show intro every week. But he's told to go to the principal's office.
Ginger Jew rat hall monitor, punk ass stoolie. Who the do you think you are?
That's the one.
Yep, that's why I have if anybody's been following along from the podcast, if you listen to the intros, I try to like use the clips from upcoming episodes we're gonna be reviewing, or it's right within that time frame of episodes we are currently reviewing. So that one I had clipped from this episode in the intro, ready to go. But yes, you're right. Cartman is upset about the hall monitor, and then he's going to need a hall monitor.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. He just assumes that he's in trouble, that Kelly Nelson, dimed him out. And he's already starting with Kelly Nelson is a goddamn liar, blah, 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 blah. And he eventually goes to the principal's office, starts with his fake apology. And as you already alluded to, finds out he has authority.
I had authority.
Authority?
All right, so yeah, let's we'll jump into the first clip here of the episode, as you mentioned there, when Cartman is going to yell at the hall monitor, as well as when he then gets taken into the, I guess, is it really the principal's office or is it more of the counselor's office?
Oh, it may be Mackey's office, but Principal Victoria is there.
She is present.
Yeah.
I was just curious, like, as far
right.
as the setting is.
I mean, we'll see in the clip which office it is right away.
That's right. You're right. All right, let's go to that clip.
And so then, I put my finger up my butthole, right? And I walked up to Kelly Nelson, and I said, "Do you smell lemongrass?" And she smelled my finger and puked. Oh, God, you should have been there. Eric, I have to take you to the principal's office. What? I didn't do it. Kelly Nelson's a liar. I've been instructed to bring you to the principal's office. Oh, suck my balls, you ginger Jew rat hall monitor. Punk-ass Stooley, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm just doing my job.
So good.
You know why you're a hallway monitor? Because you don't have any friends. You should kill yourself. You should kill yourself.
Eric Cartman
Pretty
reports to the
extreme.
principal's office immediately.
Yeah.
Ah, God damn it.
Come on in, Eric.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it is.
I'm sorry,
Victoria.
Principal
Yeah,
Victoria.
it's
I didn't mean to
Victoria's
do it. How
office.
could I have been so foolish?
Eric, the reason we called you in here is because it is your turn to be the school hallway monitor.
I love how he has
Oh,
his
my
hat in his hands
You need
already.
to watch for
and
bad
he's-
behavior and make sure anyone in the halls during class has a hall pass, okay?
If anyone doesn't, you have the authority to bring them to me.
Authority? Authority?
And as you can hear just by the tone of his voice, it's already gone to Cartman's head before he's even put the sash on. It's just in his hands. And he obviously takes the job very seriously, and so
Continuing on. So yeah.
yep. So yeah, Cartman has authority, and as you could tell by the tone of his voice, he's gonna take to this very quickly. You do not give Cartman authority and not expect him to do really a fantastic job with it. But he's a little totalitarian, but and he immediately dresses up as who I'm guessing is a hero to him, man by the name of Dwayne Chapman. He is very, very well known in Colorado. He was well known in Colorado before this time. He was well known nationwide at this time, and even today as Dog the Bounty Hunter. Like he used to have his office.
Big bad
The big bad dog. Like he has offices down in the Springs and stuff. Like he used
Still, I
to.
think somewhat relevant, right? Like I remember
Yeah.
I worked at the news station, like at this news station I was working at, and he got like remarried or something like that, and was talking about my son doesn't love me anymore. Nobody.
Yeah,
all this
he
crap. Okay.
yeah, because like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago now, they did he basically rebooted the series, and it was right while Beth was dying of cancer. Like she more or less dies on camera.
Oh.
They, like yeah, like they were there.
They showed it.
I don't know if they show her actually flat, but like they show almost everything leading up to it. Like, and apparently she was okay with it and everything, but then like he remarried really quick though too. That's neither here nor there. That's all up to him. But diverting aside, I digress. Digression aside, he's known as Dog the Bounty Hunter. Eric dresses up as him right away, and starts copying a lot of Dog's mannerisms. Like the first person he busts of course, is Butters. And Butters was actually entirely innocent. He had his hall pass and everything. He just put it on the sink while he was taking care of business, which apparently he needs two hands to do. Y'all know how my man uses the urinal, which he didn't even know what a urinal was until last week. So maybe he doesn't know he has to keep his.
What's a urinal?
Yeah, so Cartman busts him and takes him to the principal's office pretty much right away.
Give me a badge.
Yes, it was just here a moment ago. I swear. You gotta give yourself up to Christ, huh? Want a cigarette? Here, take it.
Gotta give yourself up to Christ.
Yes, dog. Give it Christ. And Butters smokes a cigarette and just like keeps hacking up a lug. Though it's great.
Butters is here to party. Butters not ready to fuck around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him.
And
we will see. I mean, this is we're going to see a little bit of evolution of Butters here in these next couple of episodes. Him smoking.
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls. Anyway.
Biggie Smalls. He gets a bottom bitch pretty soon.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you know what I am saying? And so after busting Butters and establishing the type of bounty hunter that Dog the Cartman hunter is he's tough, but he has a heart of gold. He cares about those, but he's gonna still track you down. And so after that, he finds a piece of crumpled up paper in his hallway. He discovers that it is a crumpled up drawing, and he goes to bust the artist of it.
Right.
And tells the artist to keep his love notes and drawings out of his halls. His hallways are clean.
There's fear and darkness all around you. The criminals are on the run. No use in not having your hall pass.
I think I'm scared.
The principal 'cause I'm the dirt. I am the nerd, the big man, the hallway monitor.
Hey, kid, get out of there.
That's cute.
That's cool. I'm done making my
I'm
video
making
anyways.
my video anyways.
All right. Now we got Cartman here in the hallway.
And I
Hall
love
pass! Show me your hall pass!
Go ahead.
the Frampton auto tune there, which I know is part of the theme anyway, but like I'm assuming it's DVDA doing the soundtrack for this episode, or Matt and Trey and just the way they hit the Frampton auto tune or whatever it is on that. Fucking love it. I pop so hard.
What? Oh, you know what this is? This is the mace that they use on bears, faggot! Now let me see your hall pass!
I forgot
Right
about
here.
that.
Alright.
Go
here,
with
bro.
Christ, bro.
Go with Christ.
Go with Christ.
What? You can't just push me up against the...
I
I am the
am the dude.
Big dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
What
right.
the fuck is
Crux of the episode.
And so this shape with 4 sides is what, class?
Oh yeah, I did get it mixed up. He
No,
gets
it's okay.
Ike and then he gets Butters. Fuck.
It's okay. It's okay. So the crux of the episode, we'll get into that next part, Joe. Obviously, this is where the kind of the show, I would say Matt Stone and Trey Parker kind of like swerve you a little bit here, because you think it's going to be about Cartman being a hall monitor. And what really ends up happening is this story takes a huge turn when Cartman finds this note. And
Right, and
storyline-
that's what I had said. Yeah,
storyline.
and I thought it was after he busted Butters that he found it. But yes, like I had said, he finds some litter in his hallway. It was after busting that other kid who had his. So he finds some litter in his hallway and goes to the kindergarten class to confront the artist, as I said. And we find out that the class he goes into is the kindergarten class, and that the artist is Ike, and that the artwork is him and his teacher, Miss Stevenson. And he has, I guess it would be.
Ike, you got a crush on teacher, bruh?
Ike, you got a crush on your teacher, bruh? Keep it out of my house.
Keep it out of my house, bruh. I'm the dog, the big bad dog.
And so this obviously, like, it would any time it's found out some boy has like a crush on the teacher or something, all the other students start riding that kid like, I can't teacher sitting in the tree. If you seek him.
Bro,
Well, they were, yeah.
when I was a kid, I don't remember what school, I forget what school off the top of my head, but I always remember 4th, 5th, 6th grade, I went to school. There was this French teacher, bro, who was like, whew, banging hot, like, oh, so hot, bro. I found out years later that she ended up like becoming a pedophile for like getting it on with a 13-year-old or something like that.
Oh, 13. That's too.
I know, bro. I know, but I was like, damn, nice.
Well, like, see, if you were gonna say like, if you had said like junior or senior year, I'd be like, it's not a crime. I mean, like, depending on
I'm
the
not
state,
saying it wasn't a crime, but if this kid was that much developed, maybe he was like 6 foot tall plus, or
right?
Already,
like, yeah, like the dude,
nice.
that when he was like 12 or 13 that hooked up with Mary Kay Letourneau, like, yo, that dude looked like he could buy cigarettes for his friends.
Dude, Shaquille O'Neal was like 6'1" when he was 12 or something like that. I remember reading about that or something like that.
Right, like
before he even sprouted up to 7 foot, he was already 6'1" at 12, like towering over his friends.
Like there was this dude who was a couple years older than me that like I went through junior high and high school with, that like by his freshman year, like when I say he had a 5 o'clock shadow, I mean he had like he was a freshman shaving into a beard, and we were like, yo, can you like.
All I'm just saying is, I forget what her name is. Actually, I do know what her name is. I just don't want to throw the name under the bus right now off the top of my head. I just thought of it, actually. But that teacher, Miss, you know who you are, but you probably don't listen to this podcast. Suck my balls. But you already sucked somebody else's balls. You already sucked somebody else's.
Please.
I'm an adult now. I don't know. If you're still hot, hit me up. Joe, let's jump into the clip here of the gotta keep my highways clean, bruh. Gotta keep my highways clean.
Highways are clean.
Ike Brah, you littering my hallway, brah?
What are you doing?
I found this in the hallway. Apparently your student Ike has a crush on you. You got a crush on your teacher, brah? Keep it out of my hallway. Go with Christ.
Go with
There you go.
I don't think that's really necessary.
Hey, I don't tell you how to run your class. Don't tell me how to run my hallway.
Ike has a crush on teacher. Ike has a crush on teacher.
That's enough, class. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Ike, could you stay just a few minutes, please? Ike, I'm very flattered by all of your love notes, but I need to be clear.
All of your love notes?
See, there have been a lot of female teachers on the news lately who have been having relationships with young male students, and people might get the wrong idea. Even though I do admire you. You are so smart and gifted, so mature for your age.
I don't like medicine.
I don't like medicine.
You really care about what I have to say. You make me feel things I've never felt before.
All right.
And I can't fight this. Not gonna get hit with a DMCA.
Well, not just a DMCA. I just don't want to. I mean, it's a little creepy. He's a toddler.
Yeah. No, it is totally creepy. It really is. But like, just because of the extremity and the absurdity of it, her being like 20 something, like, you know, mid to late 20s, probably, maybe a little older than that, and Ike being 5. Yes. Incredibly creepy and fucked up, but like just the way she's thinking about him and the montage they do is just friggin' hilarious. Watch it. We're not going to put it on here because, you know, copyright strikes are a thing. Moving on. So, obviously, like, Ike has been trying to have this happen for a while if he's been passing notes, and like, yo, like, I really don't think he accidentally drops that in the hallway. I think he knew exactly what he was doing and hoping that, since it was Cartman, he would do that shit. And so, but Stevenson, Ms. Stevenson no longer cares and decides to start some late afternoon tutoring with the child.
Go for it. She's just like,
she's like, let's go for it.
And then they show this montage here. Let's go quickly to this. We can't show all because I think there's music attached to this thing.
It's Styx, I think.
Yeah, I think
I can't fight this feeling anymore.
Okay, so yeah, we definitely can't go more than 7 seconds here. Okay, here, hold on. Let's go. Let's do the 7 seconds here. And that's all we can give you. Sorry, I gotta mute it now. So now,
and like they're literally kissing. Now they're doing like some 70s hand holding,
eating spaghetti or whatever, or pasta at Mama Bukaka, or whatever, Mambuches or whatever they're at. They're all ice skating. They're out of Sunset having cheese and wine and whatnot, and then like doing a paddle boat. Anyway, that's the whole montage. The montage of them like on dates and shit like that, falling in love.
And then it ends with them in bed, and Ike says, I made a no-no.
And she's like, that's the best I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm a 5-year-old.
Yeah. We see that montage that we can only play about 7 seconds of audio of, and then it ends with Ike and Miss Stevenson. Stevenson looks like she just had like the best night of her life, and Ike is more worried about the mess he made in his bed. So this keeps going, and it's obvious that it's been going on for a couple days now because Mrs. Sheila Broflovsky sends Kyle to go pick up Ike from the tutoring session, and Kyle walks in on them, which is like, I mean, it's bad enough to walk in on one of your siblings or a roommate or something, but when like the age discrepancy is like this bad, or you walk in on some like really illegal, heinous shit, you really get fucked.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And obviously, if Kyle was even older, like he probably would have freaked out even and pulled her off or something. Or
he could have totally like gone like total, not crime of passion, but almost self-defense and just like
you could totally
get off my brother. Yeah,
you could have gone Jersey. It's a Jersey thing.
Yeah,
I mean we haven't
gotten there yet. We
haven't gotten there yet, but it's a Jersey thing.
Jersey party at the Sizzler.
Ginger, Jew.
Jersey.
Jersey car.
The 3J's car. So, Kyle walks in on them, and Stevenson comes clean and like tries to defend herself. And meanwhile, Kyle's like, "No, that's fucking gross. And it's illegal, and I'm gonna do something to stop it." And Miss Stevenson kind of gives up, trying to stop Kyle. They go to dinner. They cut to dinner at the Broflovsky house, and Kyle tries to broach the subject with his mother. And this is probably one of my favorite Ike moments in the entire series, is like he just starts like stink-eyeing Kyle, like, bro, shut the fuck up. Bro, what are you doing?
Right, he's yelling things out to get his mom's attention to override Kyle's.
Right, he's like, "Mommy, like,
I love you."
Right, like basically trying to play up that he's 4 or 5 years old, however old he is, and like when Sheila reacts to it, he just looks at Kyle like, "Yo, dude, fucking quit it."
I like how, as well as Kyle even says, right, like you should talk to him about sex, and she's like, "Oh, he's much too young for that, booby."
Yeah, like Kyle tries to kind of, "Oh, he's much too young for that, bubble," and like he really is, but Kyle is. And when they go off to the side to have the art, excuse us for a second, Mom. And they fucking start yelling at each other. It just, like, Ike's whole attitude this episode is just so top notch.
It's interesting because, like, in this episode, there's almost like a transition in Ike that they set the early ground for later, and that being that his childhood is kind of tainted in that aspect where he's had now a sexual relation with this older woman, which will eventually lead to him wanting to tame some strange. So
yeah,
very interesting.
It definitely has. And he's gone through a lot in his life. I mean, he was hidden in an attic to avoid the Canadian concentration camps in the War of 1999 that saw the loss of the Baldwins and the Arquette family.
He got sent back to Canada when the Canadians tried to, recall all Canadian babies that have been adopted.
Right.
Prime Minister.
Yes, when the new Canadian Prime Minister.
So,
oh, Peter!
I am the Prime Minister, and I can do whatever I want. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. He's just my assistant. Anyway.
And then, obviously, later, he is forced to defend his birth country when he is told to open his box of fame. But we haven't gotten to that yet. Spoiler alert. You've been told to open your box of fame, unless you just decide to open your box of fame, in which case you're a dick. Kyle and Ike have their argument. Kyle realizes that going to his parents or his mother isn't going to get it done. So now he tries to go to the police.
All right, so before we get there, let's cover a couple of things here. I want to jump into the Butters scene here in the bathroom, and then we can go to the Kyle finding him in the tub.
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah, because the scene where he busts Butters, it has to be, it's
one of the best scenes of this episode.
Yeah, it really is. It's such perfect parody, too.
See, he puts his hall pass there on the counter, can't remember.
On the sink, yeah.
Do you need to tinkle tinkle?
Yes, I do think so.
Yes, I do think so.
Hands? Let me see those hands.
Ah,
Where's your pass? Show me your hall pass, Brah.
I just had it.
I knew it.
He busted.
He just knocks his head against the fucking...
Butters with his pants down still.
Look, Brah, I had to
Right, I didn't even let him pull him up.
Right?
Huh?
Here, you need a smoke, Brah?
Okay.
You gotta give yourself over to Christ, Brah.
I do.
Jesus is Lord. You can go one direction in life where you just walk around hallways without a hall pass, or you can see the light, Brah.
You can see the light,
Kyle, I
bro.
need you to go get your brother over at his teacher's house.
Huh?
Tell his teacher I'm sorry, but I forgot he has a doctor's.
So, all right, so there he goes there for the private tutoring here, and here's, I guess, Ike.
Hello? Excuse me.
All right, we're
Having a little afternoon delight himself.
gonna mute it so that way we don't get hit with the copyright here as far as for the music. So Kyle is now walking in as he hears Afternoon Delight, and as soon as he walks in, he says hello. Girl says, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am."
Didn't mean to. I was looking for my brother.
Then Ike just pops up.
He has a snorkel on.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, what's the use, Ike? Work hard. Hold on, please, you don't understand.
Really? What's there not to understand?
Your brother and I are in love.
He's a little young, don't you think?
Yeah.
Ike is very mature for his age, and you know it.
Ring around the rosy.
He's very mature for his age. Ring around the rosy.
All right. So then after that, as you mentioned, when they were at the dinner table, we got to show that now with Ike or Kyle trying to get his parents' attention about having sex, and Ike continuously being like, "Dude, why are you cock blocking me here?" So I mean, it's his. At least that's what his brother thinks. Obviously the older.
It's basically what's going on. Yeah.
I don't know, but the older brother's doing the right thing. You know what I mean?
Oh no, totally. That's.
Because to some
He
degree,
is
I
doing
think
the
this
right thing.
movie's
I'm
an
just like Ike is like, yo, you're cock.
man.
Right.
Yes, Ike, you like Spider-Man, don't you?
He looks at him.
I love
There
it,
must be
Luke.
something that you should look into about Ike staying after school all the time. Pumpkin! Mommy, I love you. I love you.
Mommy loves you too, sweetie.
Would you excuse us for a second?
Just give it a second.
You can't just expect me to sit there and say nothing. No, Ike, I'm supposed to be looking out for you. For what? I wasn't going to just blurt it out. I was going to use some tact, but you won't even let me. What? Nuh-uh. That's not fair, Ike.
I just wanted to hear if we could hear what Ike said there for a second. Like, how would I caption that?
Right.
Talk to Ike.
How would I caption that in the clip?
Yes, I'll
Ring
believe
around,
as much as
Rosie.
you
Pop, pop.
Yeah. And so
Sorry.
you're okay there. So Kyle, for figuring out that his parents aren't going to be able to help him because they aren't catching his hints. He goes to the cops, and the cops are ready to roll, thinking that they are going to be busting some perverted male for having sex with an underage girl. And then their attitude kind of changed.
I think maybe initially they thought, I mean, I know Kyle's going to say he knows something, but maybe initially they thought that Kyle was being molested by a male teacher as well. That could have been a
yeah. So they thought it was some perverted male teacher that they were going to bust. And then they find out that it is Miss Stevenson, the kindergarten teacher, and which they declare the real crime is that they're not hooking up with her themselves.
That always gets me when they say that too.
Yeah, you're right. There is a crime. What? There is? Yeah. She's not having sex with me. Like,
They're all like,
they go really, like, they play up the misogynist cop trope here really funny and really well. But that honestly, that was a lot of the response at the time. There were a lot of people like, oh, well, why is it? And I think that was what they were trying to point out was like how ridiculous cops are in that situation. Like, yo, it's ridiculous if it's a girl, if it's a teacher with a kindergarten boy. It's just as ridiculous if the male is older because you're in a position of authority and everything else. And yeah, you know, age of consent in some states maybe 16, 17, but they ain't fucking. So I think that was the message they were trying to get there, but just how hardcore they make fun of the cops here is so great.
Right. All right, so let's get into that here as far as that clip, so I can play this over and over.
Nice.
All right, let's get into it.
Nice.
All right. Let's jump to that clip here of the of Kyle coming into the police headquarters.
Oh, what's the crime?
Well, I attend SouthPark Elementary, and one of the teachers is having sex with a student.
Oh my God! This is terrible. You did the right thing telling the police, Brad. Now, who is the teacher?
Brad.
Well, it isn't a guy teacher, it's a woman.
A woman?
Yeah, she's having sex with a boy.
Oh, but she's ugly, right?
Well, no, not really. It's the kindergarten teacher, Miss Stevenson.
The blonde?
Yeah.
Some young boy's having sex with Miss Stevenson?
Yes.
Nice.
What? No, you don't understand it.
You sure they've had sex?
Yeah,
Has she performed oral sex on him?
I think so.
Nice. So wait, what's the crime? The crime is she isn't doing it with me.
Hey, he's totally underage. She's taking advantage of him.
You're right. We're sorry. This is serious. We need to track this student down and give him his luckiest boy in America medal right away.
But that's how a lot of it was like.
Give him the luckiest boy medal in America.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
And I think Harrison Yates, who's the Tom Fine cop, called Kyle Brad because that's what Kyle told him his name was. He was trying to do it anonymously, but he doesn't trust these fucking cops, so he just gives them a fake name. Oh, some kid named Brad.
Holy
Dived you out.
I did
So,
shoot him in the face twice.
Excuse me? My name is Brad. And
You're
I
right.
need to report a crime.
You're right. They did call him
anonymously.
Brad. We skipped over that, so you're right. Good call out.
yeah. And he's like, I would like to report it anonymously, but like Kyle has proven himself time and time again to be the smartest of the four, and he knows that these cops are fucking inept. I mean, they just had to go to the Hadley boys. And so he knows that they would, oh yes, Brad did it anonymously. Who the fuck is Brad? So but Kyle has figured out that his parents can't help him. He's figured out that the police aren't going to help him. There's one more person he can go to help
oddly
him.
enough, he didn't know that he was going to be able to A, have the option to go to him, and B, while yes, it does help Kyle, it's also self-serving. So everybody wins.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, it's totally self-serving but once Kyle realizes the opportunity in front of him, he also realizes the way to manipulate it, and he takes advantage of Cartman's self-serving nature.
And not only that, but he takes advantage of Cartman as his skill set, because he knows that if he puts Cartman on this case, as long as he knows
that Cartman is not gonna give up,
until he makes it happen.
And so, right, and so he alerts Cartman. He inadvertently alerts Cartman to the fact that Ike and Miss Stevenson have been making out in his halls. And if you were in school during any age before college, you know that public displays of affection are strictly verboten. What's up to our friends in Germany?
Right.
Verboten means forbidden. I know that.
Well, I was going to also say, like, the only thing that was, like, really passable, at least when you got older, was you could hold hands. But that's
yeah, you could hold hands, and maybe that was in high school, but even then, like, you got, like, that one crotchety old school monitor. Hey, stop holding hands. I'm sorry your wife died, Jerry.
Don't touch it.
You're 80. So, Kyle has inadvertently alerted to Cartman to the making out and public displays of affection going on in Cartman's halls while Cartman is unawares. Wait, they're making out in my house, bruh? And so Cartman tracks it down, gets the proof of everything, and turns in Miss Stevenson and Ike to Principal Victoria. And Principal Victoria is, obviously not forced, but is obviously shocked and fires Miss Stevenson.
Mrs. Stevens, you're going to have to go. You're fired.
I'm afraid you're fired.
I'm afraid you're fired. You're going to have to leave the premises there, don't you know?
No. And so Miss Stevenson hires a lawyer, which pretty smart thing to do at that point. And she's going
to go to rehab.
Under her attorney's advice, claims to be an alcoholic, which we did see her enjoying the vino. And this really aggravates Cartman, as we're going to see here in a moment, because she's going to escape justice in his view by using the Mel Gibson defense.
Right. And basically, I mean, more or less what he's really upset is the fact that someone violated something in his hallways and they're not going to get punished.
And they're not going to get punished. They are dodging his authority. And in the meantime, as we're also going to see in here in this clip coming up, Ike and Kyle's relationship is definitely fractured at this point.
Right. Let's get to the clip here.
Guys, can I talk to you?
Sure, dude.
I need you to keep quiet about this, all right? My little brother and his
Raj, it's almost class time. Need you to start clearing the hallways, all right?
Not now, Cartman. I have really serious problems.
Dude, what's the matter?
The kindergarten teacher is having sex with my little brother.
Nice.
Wow. Woo! Damn, bro, your little brother's pretty cool.
It's not cool. Ike isn't old enough to understand.
What's to understand? You get a boner, slap her titties around some, and then stick it inside her and pee.
Stick it inside her and pee.
Well, okay, fine. Unless you don't want to get her pregnant, then you pull it out and pee on her leg.
Dude, I really don't see a problem.
Yeah, I've got bigger things to deal with.
You guys don't understand. His wacko teacher is like a schoolgirl. They pass notes to each other in the classroom. They have sex at her house over lunch break, and during class, they sneak out and kiss in the hallways.
Oh, what?
They what?
They sneak out during class and make out in the hallways.
Hang on a second. Making out in the hallways is strictly against school policy.
Well, they're doing it.
Yeah, well, now it's personal. Hallways are my jurisdiction. If there's a hallway infraction going on, they're gonna have to deal with the dog.
Okay, just continue with your macaroni pictures. Teacher has to step out.
Hold on. We gotta go back a second. This is
Yeah.
And pee on her leg.
Dude, I really don't see a problem.
Yeah, I've got bigger things to deal with.
You guys don't understand.
just like that part. I really don't see a problem. I got bigger things to do.
All right. Until he finds out that they're making out in the halls. And that's when Cartman drops the hammer. As we say, she takes the Mel Gibson defense and pleads and basically blames alcoholism for her actions and skirts responsibility that way and goes to rehab. And yeah.
Before we get there, let's go jump back into another clip here. Here's Cartman catch them in the act in the hallway, and this is what leads to, of course, them getting busted.
I got your love letter, and I wrote you one back.
So weird.
Oh, just one kiss to hold me over for the rest of class?
They start kissing, and here comes Cartman.
Hall infraction!
Oh, we were just heading back in.
You got a hall pass, brah?
I don't need a hall pass. I'm a teacher.
Yeah? Well, where's his hall pass?
Look, just let us get back in.
Get down on the floor!
We're going back inside.
You like bear mace, eyes head?
Bear mace?
You're going with Christ!
Yeah.
And that's what I got, Principal, brah. These two were in the hallways making out. She had those love letters on her person.
Ike, I long to feel your arms around me. Miss Stevenson, you're having a relationship with this student?
Yes, during class time without a hall pass.
That'd have it.
This is unbelievable.
I know. It's like a hall pass doesn't even matter to her.
Miss Stevenson, I will need to inform the police.
Oh, God.
You just dealt with the dog, bitch.
No, bitch.
Sorry, we have to do this.
Sorry we have to do this, but the lady principal insisted.
And now we see every guy in town like, wait, she got arrested for having sex with a student?
The kindergarten teacher
Nice.
suspected of having sex with a
We
student.
can just hear it.
With a student,
The student.
but she's a woman.
Yeah,
And-
I know.
But
She's hot.
Well, I think I owe you one, Cartman.
You don't owe me anything. My hallways are clean.
How is it clean?
I just like Kyle's response, like, wow,
Yeah,
I owe you one.
I
actually.
think, yeah. Like, and I mean, good on Kyle for like at least, admitting it when he owes someone, and so
Now, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but does Kyle ever repay that favor? We'll find out as we continue to review on Sack My Balls. Go ahead. Tom.
yes, we will. And so, as we alluded to, she gets sent to rehab for her alcoholism,
Wait, I already
and
thought
it's
about
more or
it.
less a revolt.
I already thought about it. We haven't gotten to Chupacabra yet, have we?
No.
Okay, there you go. He helps Cartman in the middle.
Yeah.
Of the night. There you go.
Yep, yeah. So, and the rehab center basically is a revolving door, like unfortunately a lot of rehab centers seem to be. They Not saying all of them are. There are a lot of rehab centers that actually do their job and everything, but there are some that are just kind of like a cash grab and just kind of revolving door and everything. And a lot of that I understand is also because in most cases with rehab, unless it's court ordered, if someone says, hey, I want to leave, you can't make them stay, obviously, unless it's court ordered, which, I'm not going to get into the semantics of court ordered stuff. Moving on is so she gets out of rehab and immediately starts things back up with Ike, who, as we have said earlier, has now told Kyle that he is dead to Ike. You're dead to me, Kyle. Probably one of the clearest things he's ever said, and definitely the clearest thing he says in this episode. And like, so they, Kyle or not Kyle, Miss Stevenson and Ike plan to go to Milan, Italy. And at this point, Kyle's ready to
They're
give
gonna
up.
leave the country.
Yeah, they're going to leave the country. They're going to go to Europe. They're going to go to France, Italy, one of those countries where this Roman Polanski level shit is acceptable. Sorry, that's
what is the famous that famous director?
I just said Roman Polanski.
No, not him. More recent. He ended up marrying the daughter who Woody.
Oh, Woody Allen.
Woody Allen, that weirdo.
Yeah.
Ended up
that motherfucker too. Yeah, so.
Oh, that's so freaking
right.
I don't care if it's your adopted. Still, that's weird, dude. That's like grooming.
Yeah, yeah. And for Mia Farrow, when Frank Sinatra is the least crazy of your ex-husbands, then like,
right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, let's jump into some clips here.
Yeah. Let's jump into those clips. Let's find out that Ike tells Kyle that he's dead to him.
You're dead to me. You're dead to me, Kyle. You're dead to me.
You're dead to me, Kyle.
Ike, I didn't tell on you. You got busted by the hallway monitor. Okay. I did have something to do with it. But someday you're gonna realize it was for the best.
You are dead to me.
What?
I said you're dead to me.
I'm dead to you?
You're dead to me, Kyle.
Like 3 times. I said you're dead to me.
You see, I am an alcoholic.
Here's the teacher.
Oh.
Yes, I'm afraid it's true.
Oh, no. What? I don't believe it. She's using the Mel Gibson defense.
I am a perfectly good person, but when I drink, the alcohol makes me say and do things I wouldn't normally do.
All right, so we know that, as we talked about that she goes to rehab, as you explained, and then now Kyle is, of course, well, he's gonna like see that she's going to charge up in his bedroom here as he gets out of rehab.
Whisk him away.
Ike, we have to get out of here. They'll never let us be together. I think we should go to Milan, like we always talked about.
Yay, Mulan!
Mulan!
We don't have much time.
He thinks it's Mulan.
The fucking Disney movie.
I know, it's yay, Mulan!
And then, of course, Kyle goes and checks it out, and boom, she's gone, and she took off.
He sees the ladder and sees the truck, taking off.
Took off.
And he's given up at this point, but Cartman has not, because Cartman is not going, and it's not even justice. It's that they violated his rule, or the rule that he has sworn to uphold for a week, and they have skirted his authority, and he takes that personally. And so he goes out and hires the best people he can find for $15 and entitles the help of his main bitch, Beth, to check on the Travelocity account to figure out what we already know, that they're heading to Milan. But
he wants
Beth finds out
like when they're leaving, right?
He wants it. They find out when Beth finds out when they're leaving and what hotel they're staying in right now. And they're about to find out what happens when they mess with the dog.
We're going to get him. All right, let's go ahead and we'll jump into this music video here.
Yes.
Cartman creates as far as and then Kyle's like, can we get to work? Yeah, let's go. I'm done shooting my music video.
You are? What are you doing? You giving up, bruh?
You that
My
bad?
brother's in Milan. There's nothing I can do.
No, they haven't left yet. Their flight is tomorrow morning.
How do you know that?
I had Beth check out their Travelocity account.
Who's Beth?
Beth is my bitch.
That's my
I
bitch.
put a whole crew together, brah. I'm gonna get that hallway defiling slut no matter what it takes. Are you in?
You in?
That hallway defiling slut.
I got some badass guys to help me. Only had to pay them 50 bucks. You think you got away with not having a whole pants? You won't get away from me 'cause I'm the
Dude.
the big bad dude. Think you can get away with not having a hot pass? Think again. How was that, Butters?
Oh, yeah, bad.
That was pretty good. Can we get going now, please?
Yep, we're all done with the video. Let's move out.
We're all done with the video. Okay, so now they charge into the Hilton here afterwards as far as when
Yep.
these people are going to be having sex, right?
They're at the airport Hilton.
The
Yep.
big
Yes, they get to that's the best part. One of the best parts, they get to the hotel lobby. They're like, hey, we're trying to find what room Stevenson is. We can't give that to you. Who do you think you are? I am the dog. Big bad dog. Best pyramid guy. And so they finally, like you said, they start checking every room with the bear mace. And because of this disturbance caused by Cartman with the bear mace, the hotel lobby calls the cops. The cops roll up on the scene, and this is where Stevenson incorrectly thinks that the cops are coming for her because they are not going to allow her love with Ike to be.
So I don't want to play the clip, but there is a funny part here with Ike and her in the hotel, and then like Ike's watching. He's like, I want to watch cartoons, and she's like, I want to talk. And they play that kind of cliche moment where I like,
yeah, Ike like rolls his eyes or whatever. Like Ike is Ike is so Ike is pretty adult throughout the series, but this is like one of
his coming out party.
Yeah, this episode is really his coming out party.
He did get circumcised, so it's been a while. Ike's Briss, his fireman. The fireman. The fireman is a male. Okay, anyway. So if you rub its head, it's
so
let's jump into this clip. Let's jump into this clip of them in the car and then getting to the hotel, because I do want to play Leroy's voice. He's going to get him. The dog's going to get him. All right, let's.
They go to deal with the dog.
Get our fugitive. I want her taken down fast and clean.
She ran away now. She got to deal with the dog, huh?
Beth found out they have a room at the airport Hilton. We need to search it. Here's the hotel. Beth, tell Leroy to pull up here.
They're like on walkie-talkies.
Right, let's go. Move out.
Hey, you can't leave your car there.
It's okay. I'm a hallway monitor. Keep separation. Leroy, check out our 20.
Can I help you?
You seen this woman, Brah? She's staying here.
Who are you?
I'm the Duke, the big bad Duke.
I think you should leave before I call the police.
Beth, bear mace that guy. Check out the rooms. Leroy and Kyle go that way. Beth, you come with me.
Right in front of each other. I just love that part. Beth, you
Right.
come with me. The only two people with the walkie-talkies, though. You come with me.
Right, and you can hear the echo and everything. And so the cops have been called while Cartman and his bounty hunting team of hall monitors are checking all the rooms in the hotel. Stevenson thinks that's the cops checking for them. And so they apparently, her and Ike have had a suicide pact this whole time. and she is ready to act on it because no one is going to accept them, and they are not going to make it to Italy in time to do their Roman Polanski, Woody Allen shit.
All right, so
and
go ahead.
They make it to the roof, and that's where Kyle learns something today.
All right, let's jump in here to those last couple clips here of them being chased out of the hotel, and then, as you mentioned, them going to the top of the roof of the hotel for a thrilling finale.
Yes?
I'm looking for this teacher. She in your room, Brah?
Do you mind keeping it down?
Keep your mouth shut, Brah!
Right, so here's her.
Oh, no! Ike! They're on to us!
Oh no!
Hurry, darling!
Oh
Out of here!
What have we got? What have we got? Who called 911?
They went that
no!
way!
Get thrown up in the bear mace.
Look out! They have bear mace!
Open up! I'm with the dog!
You freeze right there!
Come on, darling!
Hey! I got him,
I guess
dog.
they all do have
Fifth
walkies.
floor.
Praise Christ, let's go!
Praise guys!
Praise Christ!
Bear mace that guy.
Praise that guy, and that guy!
This guy's like frantically trying to get into his room.
Yeah.
Back when he hears he's about to get bear maced.
Praise that guy,
And he's-
and that guy!
He's like, He turns right around and tries to. You can see him struggling with the card key
He
too.
barely gets in the door.
Yeah.
It's great. That's a great little bit of animation there. All right.
Yeah.
So they're on the roof here, as you
Alone.
mentioned.
All we wanted was to love.
Get down! We can do this the easy way, or we can do it dog style!
She got a scarf on her head, huh?
All over, Ike. Milan, the house in Tuscany. They'll never let us be together. We have to go with the backup plan.
Now hold on, don't do anything foolish. We can talk about this.
Before Kyle gives the I learned something speech here, I do want to interject. The reason why the cops obviously are now going after the dog is they realize, oh, the dog was chasing after this pedophile.
Yeah. Now that
We're
yes,
chasing after too.
they see that the pedophile. They see the pedophilia, and being competent police officers, they go after the bigger crime instead of the one they were called for.
Right, but but they can also, of course, assume, oh, this is who they were chasing. This is why they were breaking the law too, and coming here and acting like that.
Right, and knowing Cartman, he probably went out of his way to become a licensed bounty hunter.
Of course,
So
Bear mace that guy too. All right, so now, Kyle.
You can't accept our love, so then we can only be together in eternity.
No! Ike, don't do it!
A dinosaur fighting Batman.
Ike, please! I know your first love seems like the only love, but trust me, it's not. You have so much life ahead of you.
You who don't believe in true love don't understand.
Ike, you need to have a life. Have fun. Then ruin it by having a serious relationship.
Yep, that's fair.
I'm afraid you're too late. Are you ready, my love? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah!
This bitch dies.
just the like yoink.
All right, here's the end of the episode.
Like, doesn't even just like, hey, bitch,
Well,
it's over.
Looks like once again the dog has prevailed. I hope you've learned, kids, that if you don't go with Christ, you could end up just like that splattered bitch down on the pavement.
Hey, kid, you need to get off the roof now.
That's cool. I'm done making my video anyways.
I just like how he had that set up there the whole time, right there to break the fourth
Yeah.
wall of the episode. All right. Well, that's your full recap there, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to take a quick sponsor break, of course, provided by Spreaker, and we'll be right back on the other side with your trivia, pop culture, and some more. We'll be right back. Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a SouthPark review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast. Just type that in, subscribe to our feed. You'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, SouthPark review. And once again, shout out to our sponsors provided by Spreaker. If you happen to check them out, let them know that you, of course, heard them on the Suck My Balls podcast, and that's how you figured out how to use their product. As well as you can also check us out right here on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button as well. We certainly would appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead now and let's get into some trivia on this episode of Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy. I am not your 2022 Day 1 Red Rocks trivia god, but I will do my best. This episode satirizes the public's disregard and general disbelief that sexual crimes can be carried out by conventionally attractive women, or women in general, and the reluctance to consider male victims of sexual assault, obviously. Nice. And then, of course, we've got, this episode was originally entitled Nice, as many of the men in the episode sometimes say nice when it comes to sexual activities involving Miss Stevenson, since she's, of course, considered attractive.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Nice. So when Miss Stevenson and Ike leave to Milan, not Mulan, and Kyle hears them, a small toy version of Juzian, a spaceship, can be seen in his room, and that is a reference to Canceled. The dumb character Leroy from Cartman's crew reappears as a pedophile later on in Chris Hansen's show, the Le Petite Tourette. What are you doing here? I don't know. I'm just here making stupid decisions, I guess. In the creator's commentary of this episode, Trey Parker revealed that the ideas of parodying Dog the Bounty Hunter had actually been floated around the studio prior to this episode. Here's a couple of mentions. He revealed that it was originally planned to be used in Mystery of the Urinal Deuce, where Cartman would dress up as Dog the Bounty Hunter and hunt down Kyle after he was accused of 9/11. But after a few days of airing it, the dog sequences were pulled and replaced with the deuce of the urinal, in the urinal idea. I'm sorry. They actually already had the opening sequence animated and looked for a way to put the idea back into the show, finally setting on this episode, which was a last-minute idea. Matt Stone goes on to mention that he had not seen Dog the Bounty Hunter before this episode, but Trey and Kyle McCullough were fans of the show and brought in footage of the intro. He was blown away at how much the real intro was just like their version. Matt also stated that the storyline of Miss Stevenson and Ike's relationship was based on school teacher Mary K. Latorano, as an elementary teacher who began a sexual relationship with a former student when he was 12 years old in 1996. Despite serving time in prison for their illegal relationship, they ended up having 2 daughters together and were later married after her release in prison in 2004. Now, they were married for 15 years before being legally separated in 2019. Matt remarked that the idea of a younger woman pursuing a younger boy around Ike's age was funnier compared if she had pursued a teenager instead. I guess that would be funnier for the episode.
Yeah.
Here is some of your references to pop culture. There are several references to the reality TV series Dog the Bounty Hunter, Cartman dressing up as Dwayne Chapman. Cartman's phrase, "Go with Christ, brah," is a reference to Chapman's Christian faith. Cartman talking to Butters while waiting for the principal parodies the ending of many of the episodes, where Dog will wait with the arrested suspect before the police arrive, offering a cigarette and giving some advice on changing their life while telling them that there's no hard feelings. Cartman sings the show opening theme song originally performed by Ozzy Osbourne, and his music video, of course, we mentioned, resembles that of the show's opening. He assembled the team based on Dwayne Chapman's crew, which at the time consisted of his wife Beth, his son Leland, and his brother Tim. Beth looks just like Cartman, just with longer hair and her large breasts, likely implants covering her face.
But it's definitely Kenny.
Oh, you think it's
like
Kenny?
The joke has got to be that it's Kenny because it's covering up the face. Anytime Beth talks, I've always thought it was Kenny.
I don't know. I didn't think it was Kenny. Earl appears.
Okay.
No, I didn't think it was Kenny. Earl appears to be modeled after Tim, but with red hair. And then Leroy appears to be modeled after Leland, but made to look heavier with lighter hair. The real Dwayne Chapman stated in his autobiography and in interviews that he and his entire family actually loved the episode, and he considered it an honor to be spoofed. See, when you're cool like that, you don't mind being spoofed.
Yeah. And I figured they would have all laughed at it.
And he especially enjoyed that Beth was just a pair of giant breasts who bear maced everyone at his command. I guess maybe that happened on the show. I don't know.
No, Beth is. If you watch the show, when she was alive, like Beth was definitely the one in charge. Like most wives are.
Right.
Not trying to be that dude, but yeah, wives run that shit.
Miss Stevenson's lie that she was an alcoholic was labeled as the Mel Gibson defense by Cartman. Now, this, of course, references the actor's excuse for his bigoted slanders against the Jews when he was pulled over by the police with an open container of alcohol in July of 2006. Sort of apropos, as Kyrie Irving was just suspended for multiple games for being anti-Semitic and endorsing a movie that was kind of conspiracy-ish on regards to anti-Semitism toward Judaism and Jewish people.
And the Anti-Defamation League basically told him, fuck your money, bro. That's the best part. And like, nah, bro, fuck your money.
Right? We don't want your $500,000.
Yeah.
When Miss Stevenson tells Ike they're running away to Milan, Ike, of course, misinterprets as Milan, the Disney movie we mentioned. And the rehab center where Miss Stevenson goes is shown to have a literal revolving door where many people entering and leaving. This would be a commentary on how frequently people, of course, especially celebrities, where this happens a lot, enter and leave rehab in a revolving door type manner, where they're in for 45 to 60 days and then they're back again in a couple months.
And like I understand that, like for some people, it does take a couple times before it finally takes, or they just have to find the right approach to their sobriety or whatever. But like I said earlier, there are definitely some rehab centers that are just definitely a revolving door.
So after this, when a police officer asked Sergeant Yates if they still should press charges against Miss Stevenson after she lied about being drunk and gets out of rehab, he says, "Who are we going to arrest? Johnny Walker?" Which is, of course, a brand of scotch. We already talked about it. I Can't Fight This Feeling was played by REO Speedwagon, and Afternoon Delight was played by the band Starland Vocal Band. So that is some of your references to pop culture and trivia. We gave you your full recap. Joe, what would you like about this show?
There's a lot I liked about this show, this episode. I mean, for 16 years, I thought it was Kenny as Beth, but apparently I may be wrong there.
Yeah, I just never interpreted it as Beth. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I never.
I just thought because her face was covered up that was making the joke on Kenny, but it does. Either way,
it was his wife parody or whatever, the chick he was with, right?
Right, and yeah, it was it was definitely a parody of Beth, but I thought it was Kennedy. Neither here nor there. It's a fucking hilarious parody. All of it is so well done throughout the whole. It kind of surprises me that Trey had never seen it beforehand.
Matt was the one who never.
Oh, Matt had never seen it beforehand, and
It's interesting. From what I picked up there, right in the trivia, basically Trey and Kyle were like they created the intro and they were like, "Yo, now check out the real thing," and he was like, "What?" It's like the exact same thing.
Okay, we have to do this, dude. We have to do it, dude. I know. And for those who don't know, Kyle McCullough started out as a staff writer and then became a head writer. He's done about half of this series run. I think he left in about 2000. Mid 2000s. So, but at this point he was I think he had just become a head writer. And so like he's probably like the silent third member of like, especially back
like that, right?
Yeah, especially back in the early days. Just to again, I digress, but there's a lot about this episode that's just really funny. The whole dog parody, which is actually the B story, although it ties in so well to the A story. Yeah, I mean, it becomes part of the A story as opposed to just the B track, and that they were they went about it a very ridiculous way, but they're like, nah, like, you guys are fucking idiots. This is a fucking crime. It's should be looked at as a crime. And yeah, they're hot, but they kind of, I can't remember what the line is called, but they crossed the crazy hotline into crazy a long time ago, and you should not be given a pass for it. And that was something that I really appreciated at the time, because I was always one of those dudes that was like, she kind of raped him, guys. Like, I mean, it is what it is, though. Nice.
All right. What did I like about this episode? I liked Cartman throughout this whole episode, from the beginning of "Suck My Balls," your ginger rat hall monitor. Punk ass Julie, who the fuck do you think you are? Yeah, so I like that line. I like, what's wrong, bro? What do you mean you don't have sex with her? You just slap her titty, stick it inside her, and pee. That's such a good line. I've used that like it just. What do you mean you don't know what you? Yeah, you have sex. You just slap her titty, stick it inside her, and pee. You slap her titties and stick it inside her and pee. If you don't want to get her pregnant, you just pull it out and you pee on her leg.
Yeah, you and Scoop have both used that on me, I think.
Just slap her titties. Just slap her titties and stick it inside her and pee, Joe.
Yeah.
I think Scoop was straight up asking you, just slap her titties, stick it inside her and pee.
Yeah.
So I like that. I liked all the music video aspect of Cartman. I'm not a big Dog fan, but I knew of who Dog was just from seeing commercials, right? I've never watched the episodes, never seen the show, but I've seen the commercials enough to understand what the show's about. He's a bounty hunter, goes and gets bounties, blah, 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 collects people. I get it. It's a bounty hunter show.
I wasn't a fan of the show, but it was one of those things that was I had to see it a lot, because it would part of my duty on the ship was like monitoring the AFN satellites and stuff and making sure those feeds didn't cut out, or we cut those feeds out when we were told to, and everything. And AFN showed a lot of Dog the Bounty Hunter at the time, and I know that National a lot Geographic, of the program, right? A&E.
A&E, okay, one of those two, right?
Yeah, and so, but like I know that AFN is they'll not necessarily take what they can get, but like I'm sure Dog the Bounty Hunter was all about like, yeah, let's send our new episode straight to the troops. Like they'll premiere in the States on this day, and then the troops get them 2 days, but
I get what you're saying.
So yeah,
you were kind of forced to watch it because it was on there in the background.
Yeah, and so
getting back
to this was just hilarious.
All right, so getting back to what I enjoyed about the episode, as I was saying, I really also liked all of the cop stuff. I thought the cop stuff was hilarious, as far as them constantly, not taking it seriously, that they don't want to apprehend or press charges, right? Because they feel like it's unfair, maybe to them, they didn't get to have sex with the teacher when they were a kid, right?
Yeah, that was, and it was funny. And I mean, yeah, there's probably all of us wanted to bang one of our teachers at some point in time, or ladies wanted to get banged by their teacher or scissor their teacher.
Let's say scissor or something.
Yeah, they wanted to hook up with the teacher. They all had one that they had a crush on, but it was just, this was just fucking hilarious the whole time. You're right.
And then I think, of course, the thrilling conclusion. I like the fact that they just straight up killed the teacher off and showed it, like, Mike, and she just dies.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fun, and like, it's really dark when you think about it. That like the last moments of her life are realizing, oh, I fucked up.
I really fucked up.
She's just, huh?
Ike. Yeah, I mean, she makes first of all, obviously, pedophilia. What's wrong with you? Secondly, she clearly realizes she made a mistake, because now she's going to die. And what do you think, this 5-year-old is going to jump off the roof? Come on, stupid. So, in general, all around great episode. Of course, Ike was funny. We mentioned that throughout the episode. So I would say this is definitely in like my top 50 episodes of all time of Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy, just because Cartman itself has got a lot of great lines, and it's part of our intro. So, ladies and gentlemen, though, that's gonna do it. That's right. That's gonna do it for another edition.
Suck my balls.
Sucking
Suck my balls.
the balls.
Suck my balls.
South Park
Suck
review.
my balls. Suck my balls.
I'm your host, The Heat. I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high with the air is dry. Your boy, M to the S to G, 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 G. You can follow us as a podcast at SouthPark Pod at Facebook and on YouTube. And you can find us, Suck My Balls Pod, on Twitter and on Instagram. Link tr.ee/SouthParkPod. You know, just type in SouthPark Pod, you'll find us. We appreciate you. Shout out, of course, to the MC, Mac Daddy, the OD, the OG, yes, the C. Scoop. Mother. Freaking. Jackson. All right, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Day 1 Red Rocks Trivia Champion, Joe Vernola. What's going on?
December 3rd, Saturday, December 3rd, 2022, Salt Lake City, Utah, Devotion Championship Wrestling 4th anniversary show featuring Glacier, Marty the Moth Casaus, Diamond Dallas Page, and Eric Bischoff. You can get those tickets on Eventbrite.com right now. The meet and greet with DDP and Eric Bischoff is the only way to see those gentlemen that day. So make sure you get on Eventbrite in the Salt Lake City area to get those tickets right now. December 10th, Colorado Springs Wrestling at Sunshine Studios Live in Security Whitefield, Colorado, just south of Colorado Springs. Hit up their Facebook page for tickets to that. And December 11th, the Omega 9 tournament, Primo's Premier Pro Wrestling at the Roxy Theater. You can get tickets for that at theroxydenver.com. And if you are outside Denver, you will be able to see that on Fight. And while you're on Fight, look up Primo's Premier Pro Wrestling and get the whole catalog, baby.
Dude, this fucking theme from Punch Out for the Wii is so crunchy.
Yeah, it really is. I hear it a lot because I watch a lot of Troy Dan videos, and this is what he plays to motivate himself. I love me some fucking Troy Dan.
Man,
love me some Troy Dan.
This is funky. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it this week for another edition of Suck My Balls, a South Park review. Next week, we're bringing Hell on Earth to 2006. Hell on Earth 2006 is coming as we review what happens when the devil has his own Sweet 16 party. And Butters
Biggie Smalls
is going to do whatever he can to get Biggie Smalls to hell party.
Hey, Sharon, look!
Ladies and gentlemen, back next week. Another edition of Suck My Balls. Peace.